No dog will hunt. That's a particularly important catchphrase for this spiritual temple. You see, we've been banging guys out, pedophiles, the worst of the worst of crimes against humanity for well over 2 decades now. Epstein is just another body on the pile. I am demonstrably the only, as well as my temple, the only temple that both actively, publicly, and successfully makes its bones. These are powerful, occultic minded individuals surrounded by magicians and sorcerers and astrologers and psychics of all time. But when you have charged and held the lance and bore the whole, applied leverage over and over and continuously for now 20 years, well, that protection is starting to wear really fucking thin. So, Epstein, you monstrous, child-raping, human trafficking, human hunting fuck, you ain't done. Because now, that soul that was lingering above your body, I know where it is now. And don't let any other fucking wannabe pretender, cock-sucking, pussy-eating poser tell you that they did anything. I know where Epstein's soul is because I prepared the table before his father, and I know who his father is. So that's where he sits, at a table of my design. And he'll be there until God Almighty decides that he doesn't need to be in the utter, endless hell that has been prepared for him. The bitters served at his table, the broken glass for food. He will eat it all. And all those who he made suffer, all those whose lives he destroyed, all those who wept and wondered where their children were, all those children who sighed and lamented in cages and chains and ropes, who died at the hands of those whom he sold or his hands, they can watch, they can be there, they can serve him his bitters if they choose. When you are fighting an evil as awful as this, mercy is for those who have not crossed a particular line. There is a line that once crossed, we're not dealing with humans anymore. We are dealing with something that is uniquely different. So, Duke Agares, you buddy, are going to get something special. Because let us not forget that it was my conjuration and the strength of my temple that put forth the first knock that found him in the jail cell. And oh man, had I had cameras rolling last night as working with particular groups of Loa and seeing, am I having some stuff sent towards me? Let's return it to sender. And bada bing, bada boom, motherfucker. Guess who winds up stone cold dead? Well, suicided? You bet. It doesn't take much to influence psychopaths. It really doesn't. So now we got a murder case in our hands. This is really, really exciting. Because that's going to crumble even more. There's guys who are going to give that up real quick because they're not involved in necessarily the child pedophilia. They just whack the dude. That's much easier for them to turn. Oh, Clintons, I'm looking at you, buddies. So, In the annuals of human history, let it be duly enshrined that this temple stands for humanity, righteousness, goodness, strength, health, sanity, togetherness, cooperation, and we stand against all things that are the blackest, most atrocious, vilest, unforgivably evil. That we will not only stand against it, but push against it. And when the time is right, rip its fucking heart out. You guys have a beautiful day. Today is a day of celebration. One more vile entity goes screaming towards the pit it deserves. May this be a national holiday. May this be a special day within the occult. And may it be known, another dragon gets its heart pierced. I leave you with that. If you would like to join a righteous, beautiful, inclusive temple, full, bristling with spiritual energy, whose members are the best goddamn fucking people I have ever met, and who do me a service, make me better than I am, truly. I am elevated by those around me, trust me. Then consider joining my spiritual temple. You'll see me in a light that you don't see me here. And you will achieve things, know things, come to understand things that are not available in a book, that no one else online really understands, although there's a few, and progress in ways that you didn't think possible. And then you can stand together with us and make things like this occasion happen. And know that when your children, your grandchildren, your great-grandchildren ask you, man, granddad, great-grandma, where were you when the big revolution occurred? Where were you when all things right and proper and decent finally stood up against that which was sick, broken, and twisted, and made this world a heaven on earth? And you can say, you know what? I was there, laying bricks, slaying monsters, with a group of people who had the courage to do it. Were you a hero? I don't know. But you definitely get the opportunity, and in the same way I do, to be in the company of heroes. That is for sure. So, our temple marches on. We acknowledge the victory had this morning. We acknowledge the work of the Goetic spirit, Duke Agares. We acknowledge the spirit of the Loa, for which is a temple Loa and cannot go named, but be assured that that Loa will receive its due and proper. We go forth stronger because we have been validated, because our work comes to fruition, because we make the Loa happy. Remember, Voodoo was a religion that sparked the most successful human slave revolts in modern human history. The Loa do not appreciate children taken, molested, sold into bondage, etc., etc. And we can argue race, bloodline, all that bullshit. But what it really comes down to is who's aligned with those same principles that gave birth to the New World Voodoo. that exists in Haiti, the Dominican Republic, and Puerto Rico? What actions gave birth to that? What momentous occasions fostered the creation of a truly global, all-encompassing, beautiful religion of community? That was the overthrow of slavers, sneering imperialists, and brutal colonialists. Let it be known, within voodoo, you attain the spiritual reformulation of being a noble savage, and you spit in the face of those who are just savage nobles. Epstein? I can't say I didn't warn you. And now all get to see your fall. And we got to see how you landed, bitch.